Betting the NBA or college basketball can be a lot of fun and very profitable. The SportsGeek is a leader in sports betting information, so let's get you up to speed on everything from spreads and totals, winning strategies, and where to find the best sportsbooks for basketball betting. Basic basketball bets will always have a favorite, an underdog, and the juice or vig to consider, so let's start there. The favorite, of course, is the bet the sportsbooks expect to win, and the underdog is the bet they think should lose. And the odds they provide will reflect that. But if you look a little closer, you'll see that some of the numbers associated with your bet have a plus or a minus next to them to differentiate the two, with the plus going to the dog and the minus going with the fave. The juice or the vig is the number next to your bet, more commonly referred to as the odds, and that's the number used to calculate your payout on a winning bet. The dogs have a plus sign next to them and of course pay more than the favorite with the minus sign due to what the books believe is the most likely outcome. In basketball betting, here are the three most common types of bets you'll see starting out: the spread, the money line, and the total. First up, the money line. In moneyline bets, all you have to do is decide who will win the game. For our example, we'll look at a matchup between the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Los Angeles Lakers. Based on the odds or vig, the books think this one will be fairly tight, offering respectable payouts on either side, but of course betting a favorite will pay you less. If you take the underdog Lakers at plus 160, $100 bettors stand to take home $260, which includes your bet. On the other hand, betting $100 on the Cavs as minus 185 favorites would see you collect around $54 for a total payout of $154. Let's take a look at another basic bet in the total. You've probably heard people talk about taking the over or the under, and what they're talking about is the total combined score of the game set by the books. For our Cavs-Lakers example, the total is set at 228, and typically no matter what you choose, it will pay in the minus 105 to minus 120 range, which is close to an even money payout on your wager. Betting the spread, a little more complex, but definitely has its advantages. Back to our example, and the Cavs are 5.5-point favorites on the spread, which means the books think that they will beat the Lakers by at least 6 points. In this case, betting the Cavs on the spread would pay more than the money line, but they'll have to win by 6 or more to cover. Alternatively, betting the Lakers on the spread means they could lose the game and get you paid, but only if they keep it within 5 points in the end. Of course, you would also win your spread bet if the Lakers beat the Cavs outright. However, spreads generally pay in the minus 110 range, which would pay less than their underdog moneyline odds. Props and futures bets are a ton of fun as well. Options like how many points, rebounds, blocks, or assists a player will get, and even who will score the first basket are available at most books, and at the SportsGeek we have a daily blog featuring our favorite NBA player props. Look for a link in the description. Proposition or prop betting quite simply asks you to say yes or no to certain statistical milestones and offers payouts that suit the likelihood. A lot of books will also allow you to place many of these wagers on a parlay ticket, in turn increasing both the payouts and the risk significantly. As for futures, that's where you can get paid for predicting things like who will win the championship, the league's MVP, and coach of the year. Every bettor has their preferences when it comes to things like funding your bankroll, which sports to bet on, and where to find the best bonuses. Well, guess what? That's where the SportsGeek excels, and we've broken down all the key points you need to know in our sportsbook reviews. All betting should involve some strategy and prep, so here's a few things to help you out. There are some very important things you should always consider when capping, like injuries and how teams play on the road versus at home, but you already knew that, so try some of these expert strategies. Choosing your player props should follow your game bets. So, if you took the over in our Cavs-Lakers example, you're going to want to consider tacking on a player prop for guys that contribute a lot to the offense, like Donovan Mitchell or Anthony Davis. Officiating in the NBA can have a huge impact. Due to the fact that a lot of basketball calls are open to interpretation, doing some research on how many fouls a ref calls on average can help you think about how many free throws will be shot, which affects scoring. And believe it or not, certain refs statistically favor the home team over the road team significantly. We have a lot more expert betting guides at the SportsGeek, so go take a look to improve your capping skills. Mistakes are bound to happen, but please start by not doing the following. Betting with your heart. If you find yourself saying they're due, I've got a feeling, or it's a revenge game, hit pause and do the research. Chasing your losses. Ignoring your losses and blindly depositing can get away from you quickly, so keep a record of how you're doing and adjust accordingly. And finally, don't bet angry and don't bet drunk. Do I really need to explain this? At the SportsGeek, we support responsible gambling and offer plenty of resources to help you understand how to bet responsibly and know your limits. The SportsGeek, powered by expertise.